This is the Samayik on the evening of July 18th, and the Gnani, our Pujya Deepakbhai, is going to discuss the Samayik topic. Let us talk about the Samayik. He says, everybody understands what a Samayik is. Now, if somebody finds mistakes with us, or if we have to tell file 1, it is our own mistake, therefore let us not blame the other person. Supposing we find faults with someone else, at that time we need to speak to file 1 and say, why are you finding faults with the other person? In these two places is the only places where we really need to pay full attention. We have a simple equation. If we see the fault of someone else, it lies within us only. We need to see the other person as flawless. We can apply all the evidences of flawlessness and set the 5 agnas. And he is a nimit, it's a vyavasthit, this is the doer, this is the filled stock of that other person. And by applying all of those visions of knowledge, it's all relative, it is discharged, the fault is of the sufferer. But if you can see the fault of the other person, if somebody finds faults with you, then we need to credit it. We have to be grateful to that person. So we have to do so many samayiks in order to find some fault within. But if somebody finds faults with us, we should be very grateful to that person and credit it within. But the problem is we immediately protect. When somebody hurts us, we protect the ego. No, we should accept it and say, no, I want to go to moksha, I want liberation. And so unless I become free from these faults, how will I become free? So we should not protect our mistakes at all. When we do not protect our mistakes, then we will become completely impartial, perfectly impartial. And then when all these inner mistakes leave, then liberation will help. But if you do not take care of the mistakes within, then you will not be able to progress further on the path of liberation. If you can take care of the mistakes within, then your path of liberation is very easy. If somebody shows you the mistakes, then you must immediately accept it and say, it is my mistake only. The other person is not at fault at all. What is, you should always recognize, what if somebody finds faults with me? Then if somebody says, you stole this thing from me, why does somebody accuse you of stealing? He says, I am so honest and humble, you have the ego. It is the ego that nature is breaking, and the nature is helping you to break your own ego through an nimit who tells you that you have stolen something of mine. Nature is such that it will definitely break your ego one way or the other. It may bring nimits, different nimits to break your ego. So allow them to break your ego. But how do you protect it? I'm not going to deal with you. Get lost. With reference to any work that you are doing, if somebody accuses you that you are not doing it properly, you say, okay, I'm going to get out of this. I'm not going to do it. No. But you see, there is the reason you get offended is because you enter into it with doership, that I am the one who is doing this work very well, and therefore you take a beating. You do not want to become the doer at all. It is, I'm glad that this kind, you have to let go. If somebody praises you also, you should be aware of it rather than becoming inflated with the ego. We do not want to have any kind of attachment or aversion towards the one who is finding your mistakes and pointing them out. And then we argue with him, we accuse him, we attack him again. But you see, that means you have automatically protected your mistakes that are lying inside you. So you do not want to create any new faults with that person. We have this magnificent state of the pure soul that we have received. We do not want to lose it at all in any way. So let us now focus on, do I see anybody's mistakes, or is anybody else seeing my mistakes and showing me my mistakes? Now the Gnani is handed these slips information about people who have to have the Vidhi. They are all over the world. They need to join. These are important Vidhis. So he is just announcing these 2 or 3 names that are somewhere in the world that need to be present on the phone to be with the Gnani on the special Vidhi. They have been waiting all afternoon. And then there are some who are in the hall. They can stand up because these are special people who are people with special problems. He's giving the names of the people. They need to stand up. Let us do the Vidhi. Let us do the Vidhi of the Samayik. O Dada Bhagwan, the Absolute Self within me. Hey Shri Simandar Swami Prabhu, the Lord, fully enlightened one at Mahavidakshetra. With the exact applied awareness of the pure self, Shuddha Upyog, if somebody finds faults with me, or if I see faults of other people, in all such instances and events, let me apply the awareness of the 5 Agnas. Let me keep the awareness of the separation, that I am separate from the non-self complex. Whatever has arisen in front of me, let me clear it up through the vision of the 5 Agnas and the Gnan. And grant me the energy to do such a Samayik, my Lord. I surrender this mind, speech and body, all illusions associated with this name of mine, Bhav Karma, Charge Karma, Dravya Karma, Subtle Discharge Karma, No Karma, Gross Discharge Karma. O Dada Bhagwan, the Absolute Self, you are manifest within me. You are the Absolute Pure Self within me. And it is at your divine feet that I am surrendering all of these. I am Shuddhatma Chu, I am pure soul. Aisa Amapura, Soy Almapura. मैं शुद्धात्मा हूँ, शुद्धात्मा हूँ, शुद्धात्मा छु, 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 Shuddhatma Chu, 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 Shuddhatma Chum, 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 Shuddhatma Chum. Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand. Do a beautiful Samayik. Go deep within.